Yes. Hello, hello, hello. This is Maggie, your fearless growth mentor. I can see that I am visible. Fantastic. Happy afternoon, everyone. This is a surprise session for everyone who was sending me questions, some reflections, opinions, and ideas after 3-day extravaganza, Unstoppable Prosperity now. And since some of the questions were really, I would say, spot on, very direct and very precise, then I would like to answer them on camera for the benefit of other women who might watch it a little bit later. So let's begin. I'm devoting something like 30 to 40 minutes to this session, so you can, if you have time, you can hop on now on or watch it a little bit later. All right, shall we begin? And I would like to start, I have notes here, so I would like to start from the question that several people actually asked. And it goes like this. I will just quote one of the questions, but several people were asking about this. Maggie, you mentioned law of attraction in your videos, and I try to live following principles of law of attraction. I meditate, I eat well, I try to feel good all the time. I do all of that, and still I don't see amazing changes in my life. Where is the trick? And I would say that if I am to answer one question, this probably is the one. I know that you are go-getter, you are doer, you are a high achiever. So for people who are asking this question, how to do things, how to approach things, how to solve the problem is the most important issue. And yes, law of attraction is a very, very common topic right now. More and more people are talking about this. And I would say that a lot of people introduce it or even understand it on a quite shallow level. So in the nutshell, people understand that to attract what they want, you should do everything to feel good. And this what you want will manifest itself into your reality. And one of the techniques that you can use is meditation and is gratitude. There is also journaling where you can reflect. So people are doing all of that, but still, I think that if you do only that, you are addressing only one part of the equation. You are not addressing a very important thing, which is feel good does not mean, it could mean, though, feel good does not mean the hedonistic way of feeling good. This is not like a feel-good factor. So people, for instance, who take a bath, take a walk, take a massage, speak to your friend, have a good dinner, good food, listen to the music. These are, I call it feel-good factors, elements, because yes, they are important, but they change your feeling about yourself on a very short moment, and it's not very sustainable and not very deep. Here, what law of attraction means is feeling good about yourself deep inside, meaning you need to know very precisely what you are thinking about yourself, really. Because law of attraction says, as you think, so shall you be. So yes, so shall you be. As you think, so shall you be. So the way you think about something, or the way you think about yourself, this will manifest in your reality. So if you wish, for instance, to have next level clients, but you think on a deep level, sometimes even on a subconscious level, that you are not ready for these clients, you don't know enough for this client to serve these clients, you are not worthy the level of pricing that you would like to ask, then all these self-doubts and all these beliefs, actually, because, you know, beliefs are thoughts which are being thought repetitively, right? It's nothing else. So if you are thinking about yourself like this, consciously or subconsciously, then you are blocking the manifestation. Or actually, I would say you are blocking the manifestation that you desire, because the manifestation is happening all the time, with your conscious use or without it. And if you have thoughts about yourself and the emotions on the low vibration, then you are basically attracting more of that. I'm not sure if I'm making myself clear, but what I'm trying to say is that only doing the spiritual work like meditation, journaling, and hedonistic work like taking a bath, taking a walk, speaking to your friend, or having a glass of champagne is not enough. You need to have, you need to incorporate other elements to this equation. And the other element is you need to work on yourself. You have to really go deep on your personal development to remove all the blocks that make you think about yourself in a negative way. So yes, law of attraction is about positive thinking and the power of positive thinking, but only positive thinking will not work on itself, all right? And you have to really be the change. You have to feel this change. So it's not enough to think like, if you are scared, that you are brave, but to start really acting on being brave. And that's the third part of this equation. You have to not only incorporate the feel-good factor, not only to work deeply on your thoughts and beliefs, but you also need to do something about it. So the transformation happens when you take something which, you know, it is called inspired action. And usually inspired action happen when you are really connect with the core of your being. Some people call it source. Some people believe that it is like a divine power. Some people believe it's coming from the universe. Some people say it's your guardian, guides, whatever it is. The power that allows you to focus and to take the best ideas that you know, come to my mind, to your mind. Then you need to act on them. And this is what happens, that sometimes, or I would say most of the people don't do anything about this. And they are paralyzed with the idea. Sometimes it is fear, sometimes it is belief that either it is impossible or you are not capable of doing that, which is again the belief. So it is, you know, a kind of a puzzle that you need to put together for yourself. And there is one more thing that especially high achievers forget to do, And that's a celebration. And as a high achiever myself, I know that I don't celebrate really. I didn't celebrate until a point. It was like, okay, so my goal is this. I am super scared to do this, but I'm going to do this. So how can I achieve it? I was doing all the activities, bringing me there. Like many of you know that I was super scared to be on camera. And one of the remedy to conquer that was to basically go on camera 3-4 times a week for several months. And the result of that is my Fearless Visibility Bootcamp, which is now a DIY product where I share my experience with other women. And I'm no longer scared to be on camera. But to be honest, I think that the core of that belief that I'm scared to be on camera was not really the fear of the camera, but the fear of speaking my truth and being authentic on camera, showing my true face without any masks and speaking the language which is not perfect, and be okay with that. So the celebration, what I'm trying to say is that we are on our entrepreneurial journey, and at the same time, we are on the personal growth journey, and we are crossing milestones. Some of the milestones might seem for us as quite insignificant, while they are really big. And if you don't celebrate big ones, you don't celebrate the small ones, which means that you don't celebrate anything. And you just, tick or not things on your to-do list or achieve goals list, and you move on without giving acknowledgement to how much you have achieved, how far you have gone, how many fears you have already slapped in the face, or how many beliefs about yourself you have actually turned on the other side. Because things do not happen overnight. I mean, this is the process. Okay, so if you don't see, you are familiar to the law of attraction, and you want to become like a professional manifestor, I want to tell you that you are a professional manifestor. You are manifesting every day, but you are doing some things unconsciously or subconsciously, some things semi-consciously. To do it like super consciously, and you can do it, you need to do several things, and that's decide what you want, really. Yes, do the spiritual work around this, but do the strategic work around this, do the inspired action, celebrate your achievements, and foremost and first of all, do the personal growth work. Find these blind spots, find these beliefs that keep you small. And I'm talking from my experience. I know that especially for coaches, it is very difficult because we believe that we are coaches, we are working with other people, so we can do it ourselves. And actually, this is the problem. You cannot do it yourself. You need to have external view because many things are not visible to you, or many things look unreal for you. Things that are super scary for you when are seen from the perspective of the external viewer, like your coach or mentor. You can flip them in 5 minutes. You can flip them in half an hour during the one-on-one conversation. So it is much faster and much better to invest in cooperation with a professional than doing it yourself. So that was the trick. The trick is really to do the proper process and not only part of the process. Now, question number 2, another very, very interesting. Just give me let me have a sip of tea before I answer that. To tell you the guys, I would like to say that I am super excited with these questions. They are not easy questions to answer, but I hope I'm doing my best to serve you today. So question number 2, you were talking on the time video that everything happens for a reason, and I buy into that. I wonder how I can make things happen faster for me. Okay. This is the question that probably I was asking like a year ago, I would say, where I saw the changes, but they were not happening at the pace I wanted them to happen. So I was very impatient. And I was struggling with the fact that, well, things could really move faster for me. So one thing that I've learned is I understood the wisdom, which is like a saying, if you would like to accelerate, you need to slow down. And that is coming like years back from my Zen coaching, when I started to meditate for the first time, and I was familiarizing myself with Zen principles. And that was one of the first that I've heard. It was like back in my corporate time. I said, okay, but how can I slow down? You know that meditation and journaling, these are the practices that helping you to slow down your stream of thoughts, actually, right? Because to access your thoughts, your real thoughts, not the thoughts of your ego, you need to stop the stream of thoughts that ego is putting into your ear constantly. So you need to find yourself in a kind of an empty space without thoughts. And it takes a little bit of time to master. But I would like to say that one thing that I learned is it is not the race. We are not here to compete to each other. It doesn't matter whether you are, how to put it even. It doesn't matter where you are on your entrepreneurial journey today, because with quantum leaps and with energy, once you are in flow, you can cross several stages of the entrepreneurial development in a very short fragment of time. So yes, it happens in the right pace for the right reasons. It happens in this pace for you so you can easily accommodate the change, because we are changing. Once you put yourself on this personal growth, you cannot step back from that. You cannot unlearn or unknown things. You cannot come back to your previous, like, unconscious way of seeing things, because life in you and the wisdom in you will constantly be pushing you for more, right? So you will be, you would want to achieve more. And the thing is that you will have to learn more things. There will be, some things will be more strategic oriented. If you are if your goal is to reach six-figure and multiple six-figure and beyond that, there will be areas from the spiritual, energetic, like a management of your energy, tactics and strategies. And also there will be some, business management oriented stuff, plus sales and marketing. So there is a lot of things that you need to accommodate. And the universe or God or whoever you believe is helping you in this knows that if they would throw everything on you, you would simply collapse. So they are just giving you the amount of experience so that you can swiftly accommodate everything. Does it make sense? I hope I make sense. So patience is a very, very important quality on your entrepreneurial journey. It is great to be hungry for success. It is great to be excited. It is great to even to feel a little bit, bored with what you see around, but know that this is the pace which is supposed to be yours at the moment. What you can do about this is do a bit of appreciation of what you have. And appreciation is super important element for the first question I was answering regarding law of attraction and manifestation. People who have a problem in people who think they have a problem with manifestation and seeing the tangible things in their being visible in their realm have usually problem with appreciation of where they are. And for instance, impatience is a syndrome of lack of appreciation. Impatience is lack of patience. So it is also lack of trust that you are in the best possible place, in the best possible timing, and in the best possible dynamism. So if you want to flip it, try to appreciate where you are. This is very strongly connected with gratitude for how far you have gone, what you have around you, things that you have in your, I don't want to say possession, but things that you can operate with. And sometimes we don't even think, we take them for granted. I mean, think about your eyelids. Our life would be super difficult if we don't have eyelids. It would be hard to, to live for 1 hour even. Or hair, great hair for women. That's a blessing. I bless my hair every morning when I look, into the mirror and say, thank you. I may not have great legs, but at least I have a great hair. I love that. So appreciation and appreciation where you are, how far you have gone. And when you start with appreciation, notice and acknowledge where you are, what you have achieved. See the real value there. And then you can also appreciate the speed in other areas of your life that matters are happening to your liking. Because we also have this tendency to give our focus to the areas of our lives which give us some feeling of dissatisfaction. While if you have 10 areas of your life, and let's say 9 of them is working more or less, but one is challenging, then we go, we put our focus on the challenging one, and we don't even pay attention to how many things are working beautifully in 9 other areas. So your way of, flipping this is really to give acknowledgement and appreciation to the tempo of things in your other areas of your life. So you can say, oh, I appreciate that, for instance, this, financial matters are going very fast, or my housing administrative things this happens super fast. So I would appreciate if that happens also in my other area of life. That's the way to do it. And once you come from like a general appreciation into specific appreciation, this is where the magic change happens, right? This is not the race, remember. Then I have a question number 3, and let me just have a sip of tea. I get very excited about these questions. Okay. It says like this. Most of the time, I am unsure if what I think of my ideas and if they have any value for people out there. Okay, it's what I understand is what you're trying to say is that there is a lot of uncertainty around the concepts that are happening in your mind, and you are unsure whether people will like it. And that's a very, this is a great topic, deep one, I would say. Let me answer this, and I see here like at least two areas. Area number 1 is that there is uncertainty whether what you are offering is good enough for someone out there. And another part of the story is whether what you are offering will be judged by other people in a positive way. The good enough, the being good enough or feeling good enough, that's a mental body activity. This is this lady behind me. I will hold it her. That's her. This is your ego thinking. If you remember, I think on the class regarding the power, I mentioned that all the thoughts that you are repetitively saying, and 95% of them is happening repetitively. And we are thinking like, I don't know, 80,000 thoughts a day. Most of these thoughts are the thoughts that ego is putting in our ear. Usually it happens. I mean, the process, I will put this lady here. Maybe we will come back to her. The process looks like this. You do your journaling, or you do your other spiritual practices. You may be on the walk, you may be on the shower, which means that your mind is clear out of the ego thinking. So the great idea just pops into your mind. And let's say you are in the shower, and the minute you open the door from your shower and you dry yourself with a bath towel, when you are really fully excited about this idea, until you get to the desk or the place where you would like to start acting on this idea, your ego or your inner child, or whoever from your saboteurs, from your internal saboteurs, starts the inner dialogue. And the inner dialogue tells you, no, this is too crazy idea. Who are you to share it? You are not educated enough. You are not experienced enough. Other people are talking already about this idea. All this, all this shit. That's why you feel unsure. And really, the work is to fuck it, to say, I want to do this. I'm excited about this concept. And I'm happy to do this. The minute I thought about this, I felt like, I have a big, big smile on my heart level. So I don't give a shit what my mind is telling me right now, because this is not true. And do you think that I didn't have these thoughts when I had the idea to introduce this little puppets? Most people tell me they love the puppets, and the puppets introduce them to the concept of ego and intuition really, really nicely. But from the moment I came up to the idea, to the moment I actually bought them and they arrived to my house, I had several, rounds thinking, shall I do it? Shall I not do it? Maybe this is not so great idea. Maybe people will be laughing at me. But then I thought, come on, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to try. I mean, nothing really bad will happen of that. And this is how we are building our confidence, by trying, by throwing ourselves into the water and swimming, right? You have to keep your head above the water. What can happen? What is the worst thing that can happen? Ask yourself. Usually it is either nothing, your life is not threatened, you will not die as the result of this exercise. So just give it a try. If you feel like you are inclined to do it, do it. And then the other part of your question is what people will think about me. Well, as we are on, and I'm sharing here the six-figure business secrets, one thing that you need to learn is to ditch the attachment to what people think about you. Because for instance, if I would like to take care of my reputation, my on-camera reputation, and then follow each person who watch my videos to their home and ask, so how did you like it? Do you think my hair looked great? Or do you think I was smart? Do you think my office looked to your liking? Or are there any things that I should change? Come on. I mean, that would drive them nuts if this is only possible. And that would drive me nuts. You can't do it. And I would say the more you are stepping in your zone of confidence, the less you are involved in what other people think about you. What happens is that people who really do not appreciate or do not share your way of thinking, they will eliminate themselves. Okay? And it may happen that even if you have a so-called hater, for me, this is a great win. If you earn the hater, come on, you have your first hater. It means that you are growing. It means that you are noticed. It means that somebody sees you, listens to that, and evaluates whether you are at service to that person or not. Yeah, this is awesome, actually. So what I would like to say is that I always want to be, and that really lights me up. I want to be at service to people, right? But if somebody doesn't buy into my way of teaching. If somebody is annoyed with the stories that I'm telling, with somebody dislike my tone of voice, then I understand this. We are not meant to work together. There is no energetic match. And good for all of us, good for both of us, because if we, despite of this disliking, started to work together, it will be like the nightmare. So just relax. We are here to experiment. We are here to experience. And the more you are ready to experiment, you are ready to take this, inspired action, then the situation really changes for you. And I have plenty of examples of myself and my clients who did it. And one of my clients that I would like to bring in here was probably scared to the same level as I was when on camera, maybe a little bit more even. And you know what? She is interviewing self-made millionaires on camera, one after another, several. She has a podcast. She's interviewing people 2 or 3 times a week. And yes, maybe this kind of frequency is a little bit too much, but certainly to being on camera confidently is not her issue anymore. So now when we are discussing, it's like, come on, I don't even believe that I could be so scared. But she had to ditch and detach herself from what other people think about hair, and whether hair outfit is fine and her hair looks great, and whether what she's talking about makes sense. It always makes sense, and it always makes sense to somebody. I think that if it makes sense to one person, there is a value in that immediately. Okay. I hope it makes sense what I'm talking about, and I hope it resonates with you guys. And I have one more question that I would like. I'm checking the time, and I see that we are already almost 40 minutes there. So last question. This is the question about procrastination, I think. What would you recommend when I avoid doing things I should be doing, but I give my focus to the other activities that make me feel good that make me feel good? Okay, so I think that's a nice question, because it creates like a loop to the first question. So we have a person. Let me know if that's your experience, because certainly this is my experience. When instead of doing and instead of concentrating on the priority stuff, you are doing something else. Some people, like the productive ones, do like other business related things. So for instance, instead of focusing on your business development, or instead of acquiring people to your program, or instead of reaching out there and having sales conversations, what can you do? You produce Facebook posts and you concentrate on the beautiful graphic, or you fine-tune the website, because all of a sudden the website is more important than the new client, which will generate your revenue, or which can help you to close the 5K and 10K revenue this month. So yeah, I have I know this perfectly. I have a tendency to jump to the creative work. And I know people who, if they have something serious, like digging into their personal stuff, for instance, or really addressing relationship stuff, business stuff, the tough stuff that is just, the shit is smelling already. Um, they shift their focus to the feel good activities, like a massage, or like walking with the dogs, reading a book. And then the days pass one after another, and nothing gets really done. And the shit is smelling even more. So this is exactly, I mean, procrastination is exactly the moment where you are just circling, you are stepping, and you are stepping in the circles, walking in the circles, and nothing is happening for you. So let me answer this. First of all, I think you need to know that you are not alone. Everybody does it. Everybody has moments like this. Even the biggest millionaires on earth, even the biggest gurus and mentors out there. People like Dwayne Dreyer, Lenka Lutonska, they have it. I guarantee. Mike Dooley was speaking once about his procrastination techniques. So, first of all, you are not alone. And second of all, the way to address it is really to address it. I mean, this is a kind of a pattern. My mentor was using this expression: if you want to break the pattern, the only thing you need to do is to break the pattern. And as trivial as it sounds, it is not easy, because actually what you need to do, you need to address the thing that you are avoiding. What happens is that when you address it, when you find the courage in yourself and you step into your power while addressing it with the right motivation, because this is super important. You need to have your right motivation, not the ego motivation. Then the change happens in a flip of the coin. This is really the moment. And then you don't even understand why you have been stuck for so long, and why you were, circling for so many weeks, and you were avoiding this for so many months. I think the best way to approach it is to approach it. This is, I think I've said it already at least once. The longer you are going to avoid it, the longer the discomfort in your body, the fear and the self-doubt will be bigger. And the bigger they are, the more difficult it is to get out of this. So I would say the moment you notice, and the awareness is your, first step. The moment you notice that, act on it. And I know it's not easy, but it's not about getting perfect or being perfect. It's about practicing. Remember, we are here to practice, to experiment, and to experience. The more you do it, the better you get and in it. And to tell you the truth, my program Soul on Fire that I have launched, I have opened the door 2 days ago. This is program for exactly women who are asking this kind of questions. For women who are familiar with law of attraction, spiritual work, who want to consciously manage their manifestations, who want to reach for six-figure business and live really in the lifestyle of the dream and the overflow of money, not the the money where you are on the red on your account. This is a kind of a foundational program that helps you, first of all, to understand where are your black zones, where are blind spots, blind spots. Where are your blind spots? Because as coaches, as change makers, as consultants, entrepreneurs, and high achievers and other super women, we are, as I mentioned, we are aware of our flaws or the areas to work on. But still there are blind spots which we are not aware of. And Soul on Fire is a format of a program. It is a group program in a mastermind format, which I believe this is the best for conquer all of that. Why? Because first of all, you are in a very intimate group of women who are going through the same issue as you are going, with a mentor who passed that, who had the same experience not so long ago. And during a 90-day program, you are observing while, dismantling your own framework, you are observing how other women, your mastermind sisters, deal with their issues, their challenges, and you see how they are coping with that. There is amazing energy of the group. Women help each other. Women support each other. But the fact that you are not alone and the same change, the same transformation is happening simultaneously in 5, 6, 10 women gives an amazing, like a balloon of extra energy that elevates your transformation. So during that program, what we are doing, we are working on your mindset as a group. We are working on the strategy of your business to prepare it to the six-figure expansion. So you are working on your next level communication and branding, and you are working on your next level high-end offer. You are building your signature high-level offering. So we are working in parallel on 2 or 3 areas, and you are doing it in the group. If that's something that is interesting for you, then let's hop on the call. I will give the link to my calendar so that we can discuss the details. But women who are coming to me after my lives and videos are definitely on the search for the remedy for their self-sabotaging and for procrastination. And we have a very interesting conversation because I have been where you are, let's say 6 months ago, a year ago, and now I am in a completely different place. So remember, as you think, so shall you be. I hope to see you very, very soon on our conversation, and I hope to see you on this Soul on Fire 90-day foundational mastermind type of program. It's enough for this Saturday afternoon. Great kisses for you. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Celebrate, get rested, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye now.